I'd like to introduce Mike Jeffries. Well, how cool is this? I am speaking in front of the U.S. Capitol. I am staring out at the Washington Monument, and I would like to thank the organizers of this event for giving me this opportunity. You know, I went to school in this city. It was a long time ago. But from here, I cut over to Massachusetts Avenue. I take Massachusetts Avenue up to Ward Circle, go halfway around the circle, turn left onto the American University campus, and then I get lost. I went to AU a long time ago, and it's changed quite a bit over the years. But I do remember there was a movie theater not far from campus. And one night I took my girlfriend to a movie. The name of the movie was Paternity. And I know I am dating myself. But in Paternity, Burt Reynolds played a confirmed bachelor who wanted a son. He didn't want to get married. He just wanted to find a surrogate mom who would give him a son and then get out of the way. He interviewed Beverly D'Angelo and Lauren Hutton as potential candidates. Now, I always wanted a son. So when I saw Paternity, I wondered if I could star in a real-life version of this movie and have a son without sharing him. Well, I'm here to tell you, it is possible. In fact, I am starring in that movie right now. But something went wrong. I'm not playing the Burt Reynolds role. I'm playing the Beverly D'Angelo role. The part Burt wanted out of the picture. My movie is called Parental Alienation. Now, it would be a cliche to say that for the last 6 years, my role as dad ended up on the cutting room floor. The truth is, I wasn't even allowed on the set during filming. Paternity was a comedy, but Parental Alienation is a horror movie. I did inject some comedy into A Family's Heartbreak, a parent's introduction to parental alienation. People who read the book find it hard to believe I could write something funny about my ordeal. But it's the old story of choosing to laugh rather than choosing to cry. I got tired of crying. Last week marked my 6th anniversary as a severely alienated parent. I've cried a river of tears since 2004, and some as recently as this past Father's Day. But I don't cry as much as I used to. Today I'm an alienation survivor rather than an alienation victim. I'm a survivor because I choose to be a survivor. I don't know for sure, but I suspect my ex-wife, if she had her way right now, I'd be living in a cardboard box, I'd be under a bridge, I'd have drool running down my chin, and I'd be babbling incoherently about filing another motion in court. I wasn't about to give her the pleasure of seeing me like that. I was also determined not to become all the horrible things she said I was. As alienated parents, we must act like Gandhi with a sprinkling of Mother Teresa. If we show emotion, flash a little temper, demonstrate impatience, or God forbid, get angry with someone, the exception becomes the rule in the eyes of the courts and in the eyes of our children. We should all take a page from the Jackie Robinson playbook. Jackie Robinson broke baseball's color line in 1947. He excelled on the field and maintained his pride and his dignity, even as others tried to make him fail. Now, Jackie Robinson had one advantage over alienated parents. When Jackie Robinson broke into the big leagues, they didn't change the rules of baseball on him. What most of us don't understand is that the rules have changed. If you're like me, you've probably discovered that all the old parenting and communication skills don't work anymore. That's because someone got rid of all the parenting and communication skills and rules that we knew, and they didn't tell us. And even worse, They didn't tell us what the new rules are. Worse than that, they're not going to tell us when they change again, and there is nothing we can do about it. But there is something we can do about our situations. We can move on. I didn't say give up. There's a difference between moving on and giving up. When we move on, we let go of the rope. We don't respond to the alienating parent and the endless provocative situations he or she dreams up for us. We don't give them the response they desperately want, the response that will show the world that they are right and we are wrong. When we move on, we continue fighting for our children. We pursue the legal and mental health options available to us. If those professionals slam the door in our face, we open another door for our children. We send emails and text messages. We call, we invite them places. We ask relatives and friends to stay in touch. We do all this proudly and with our heads held high, but we don't do it when it hurts. Now, if you've heard any of my interviews, you've heard me say that being rejected by a child you love doesn't hurt so much if you're having a really good day. These are the days we reach out. Do not reach out on the day you didn't get the promotion you expected, or when the person you've been dating tells you it's time to see other people. Do yourself another favor. Don't beat yourself up for being an alienated parent. Parental alienation is not a referendum on what kind of parent you are or were. It's about the alienating parent's issues. These issues made your ex pull a child into the middle of an adult conflict. Now, I know it's hard, but don't get too high when you see a glimmer of hope, and don't get too low when the future appears darkest. Try not to read between the lines. Don't analyze every word and every message from your child. Have hope, but don't set yourself up for bigger disappointments. Take it from me. It's hard to let go of the anger, the depression, the hopelessness that goes hand in hand with parental alienation. Parental alienation is unfair on so many levels, but life is often unfair. Once we accept that we got a raw deal, we can move on, we'll be better off, and so will our children. It's important to recognize we don't have control over our situations. Our best revenge is to take care of ourselves and show the people who are hurting us that we are not the people they say we are. So how do we take care of ourselves? We realize that happiness comes from within. Put parental alienation in a box. When you need to, take out that box, throw yourself a pity party. My pity party always ends when I go to sleep. When I wake up the next morning, the deal is the parental alienation must be back in its box and away from the rest of my life. We have careers, we have interests. These things have nothing to do with parental alienation. We have friends and family who love us and deserve our best. Focus on these things. Stay sane. Our primary goal is to have a relationship with our children. Our secondary goal should be that our alienated children one day find the same emotionally healthy mom and dad that they remember.